What is up, Obey fam? My name is Katherine and this is a 10-minute sculpt class for your face. That's right, you heard me correctly. Today, I'm going to show you facial exercises that you can do to naturally support collagen production, increase skin elasticity, and promote better blood flow for a healthy, luminous glow. Essentially, it's like free Botox. So let's get started. I am going to use an oil. You really want to make sure you have something slippery to use so that you're not tugging on your skin, especially when we get around the eyes and around your mouth. That skin is much thinner than the rest of your face. So having your fingers gliding, or if you're using a gua sha, which isn't necessary, but if you have one and you're using it for facial exercises, you need an oil. Now, for my acne-prone folks like myself, it's super important that you're using an oil that has a level 0 comedogenic rating, which is why I'm shamelessly using the oil that I sell, that I made myself, because why not promote? So this is the tea oil from my company, Rosary 92. So I'm gonna take 2 full dropperfuls of this. Like I said, you really want your fingers gliding. We're not being shy when it comes to the product, because most of it, if not all of it, is going to absorb into your skin. You don't have to worry about it sitting on your skin, clogging your pores, anything like that. It's all gonna go deep into your pores. So I'm gonna warm up the product in between my hands. Believe it or not, this is actually the first step of a facial exercise. You want your product activated. To activate a product, you warm it. Get crazy with it. Once it's warm, you can feel your palms literally heating up. Take the product. It's 2 moves. The first move, forehead and chin. Second move, cheek to cheek. And last but not least, any extra product goes on your neck and down to your décolleté. I'm not going to do any of that, but you can bring this all the way down to your chest, which, by the way, is where you should bring all of your products down to, including sunscreen, especially sunscreen. So the reason that we want to do forehead and chin followed by cheeks is that we tend to over-treat our cheeks and under-treat our forehead and our chin. So to counteract that, we start, so we get about 60% of the product, maybe 70% in that area, and then the rest on our cheeks. Starting off nice and easy here, I am going to take my pointer finger and my middle finger. I have to touch my neck. I can't not touch my neck. That's like half of what I'm doing.
How much are you touching?
I would say like 3 moves. Yeah, the first one is like this. The second one is like this.
Okay, so just be mindful of the mic.
Okay. Okay. Can I unzip this a little bit? Maybe I won't touch it as much. Sorry, I just.
Yeah, it's fine. Just for continuity though, if you could pull it up and maybe like zip it down before you start touching.
Oh yeah, sure.
I'm just having her zip it down. And then you could pick it up from the rubbing and then show it with your finger.
Okay.
Yeah, she's gonna pick up from rubbing her hands and say like, okay, you want to start by using. Oh.
I mean, it's piano music, so you really won't know. All right, so starting off nice and easy here, you're going to make a claw shape using your pointer finger and your middle finger. I'm just gonna pull this down a little bit so I've got more space around my jawline. With that with that position, you're gonna take this underneath your jawline, hooking directly underneath the 2 corners of your bottom lip, and slowly work your way up towards the edge of your jaw. Once you get all the way to the corner where your jaw meets the edge of your chin, you're gonna wiggle. I know it sounds weird, but you're gonna give it just a little tiny bit of a wiggle. Now, you can do this on one side only, taking both, and then a little wiggle. Sometimes it's just easier to focus on one side as opposed to doing both at the same time. You can also just do this with one, look it up, give it a little shake. So it's kind of like, for any of you out there who are DIY people like I am, when you're hammering something into place and you want to give it like a few taps at the end, even though you know the nail is in place, that's kind of what we're doing here. It's almost like we're sealing in that final move and pausing for a moment. And the same thing on the very other side. I like to twist my fingers up just a little bit as I get towards my jawline, because I get underneath this muscle right here that for so many of us is tight. It's what causes TMJ and a lot of tension in the neck. It causes migraines, which I get all the time. So not only is this the great way to sculpt your jawline, but it's also a great way to relieve and alleviate jaw tension. Now, that being said, our next move, you're gonna take the same exact claw, you're going to pull the fingers together, up into your jaw, twist and hold. Twist and hold. So this is less about sculpting your face and more about, again, alleviating tension in the jaw. If you want to make it more about sculpting, go back under just towards the edge of your jaw and then find that position and give it a little tug. So pretty self-explanatory. Once you're done with that, you can do that for about 20 reps, 20 on either side, or 20 both at the same time. We're going to take fists underneath your cheek line. Starting close to your nose, you're gonna take this and scoop it up and around. So the same exact thing that we did along your jaw, higher up on the face now. So we're scooping out your cheekbones and carving out that, I feel like I make that sound a lot when I'm trying to explain things. Medium tension here. You don't wanna be going so soft that you're not actually affecting the muscle, but you don't wanna be going too hard that you're causing any discomfort. So feel it out. Nice. So again, 20 to 30 reps here. You can be doing facial exercises for up to 20 minutes if you wanted to. Next exercise, hands still in fists, but go ahead and separate all of your fingers. Starting down at your jawline, you're gonna take this up and away. All the way up past your cheekbones, up towards your eyes. Now, while we're doing this, it's super important that we're not just arbitrarily thinking, oh, I'm doing this because I want to have a sculpted face and I want to be saving money on going and having cosmetic surgery done. No, we're not going to think that. We're not going to put negative thoughts into our mind. While you're doing this, we're focusing on two things. One, slow, mindful breath. We tend to incorrectly breathe throughout our days because we're so stressed out and we're just constantly in fight or flight mode. So I think of box breaths, inhaling for 4 through the nose, holding at the top, exhaling from the mouth for as long as I can. So outside of focusing on our breath, we're going to repeat a mantra to ourselves, either out loud or in your head over and over again. I've been using the same exact one for years. It's, I am beautiful on the inside and it shines through on the outside. Moving on to our next movement here. We're gonna take our pinchers and we're gonna get into our eyebrows. We tend to hold a lot of tension right here. We scrunch our eyebrows. We use our eyes if we're very expressive throughout the day. So you're gonna take your hands, pointer finger, thumb, pull your eyebrow out away from your body really gently and work your way down to the edge of your eye. Letting go. Make your way back to the center of your eyebrow. So again, little pinching motion. So I'm sure a lot of you do not know this about me, but I suffered from pretty severe acne for years, which is how I got so into skincare and how I started using mantras and learning the connection between your brain and the rest of your body. Your body is constantly listening to your thoughts. If your thoughts are negative, your body is going to react and bring you to that worst case scenario. So if you're looking at yourself and saying, my body is healing, my body knows what to do, I am healing, my body is beautiful, it makes a massive difference. So we're doing this on both sides, of course. Eliminating any lines or sagginess around the eyebrows, in between the eyebrows. I personally, I know I tend to pull on my eyes when I'm putting on eye makeup, which is not great, but I truly do not know any other way. And this skin is so thin. So the more we pull on it, the less elasticity it has. So we are kind of promoting a bit of sagginess and irritation and dryness, especially putting makeup on, taking it off day in and day out. So something like this where we're using an oil and just really focusing on creating collagen and promoting elasticity does all the good in the world. So speaking about in between the eyebrows, I'm going to separate my eyebrows. I'm just going to use one hand. I'm going to take these two fingers and pull my eyebrows apart. My other hand is coming into a fist. Two moves here. The first move, with your knuckles in between your eyebrows, you're just going to gently rub from east to west. So you know that you can, eventually we get 11s in between our eyebrows from scrunching. That's where so many of us tend to get Botox done. So we're gonna go against that, almost like going against the grain of wood when we're sanding. Go against that grain, pushing from east to west. And then taking just one hand flat onto the forehead, you push up and you hold. Starting at the center, you push up and you hold. You can do that if you tend to have more irritation, wrinkles, if you have fine lines on the tops of the eyebrows closer to the two corners of your cranium. You can take two hands with the same exact thing, starting just above your eyebrows, flat palms, small amount of pressure, lift up and hold. And again, push, lift up and hold. Every move we do, we want to give it a moment to hold at the top. So we're never just going through something quickly like this. You're doing it slow and seal it in at the end. Gorgeous. So self-explanatory, in between the eyebrows, outsides of the eyebrows, all for forehead wrinkles, for 11s, for any sagginess around the eyes. One of my very favorite, and for me the most important because I have smile lines, because I'm so happy, is working on our nasal folds, also known as myolabial folds. So we're going to take, again, pointer fingers. You're gonna grab on just above your lips, right around where smile lines are, and then twist up and pinch. This one is kind of funny. You can actually do this with a little bit of speed. We're not actually holding or pressing anything. It's just a little. So I'm underneath my cheekbones, above my upper lip. You can do this as many times as you want. I do it for hours sometimes. Another thing for smile lines, same idea. Take your hands flat next to the mouth, pull the skin taut, and then purse your lips. So here we don't want to do it and hold. You want to do it, release it. You might have to reset your hands a few times. Now, on top of pursing the lips, you can also take your skin taut and then blow your mouth up with air. Move the air from side to side. If anyone gives you funny faces for doing weird things, just have them come see you in 10 years. Last but not least, face tapping. Nice and gentle, above the eyebrows, in between the eyebrows. Face tapping is not only a great way to help blood flow, but it's also a really great way to release stagnant energy, stuck thoughts. I like to do this all around and underneath my eyes and just slowly breathe. Let anything that I've been holding on to in that day go. You can do this all over your face. It is the most effective under and on top of the eyes. But again, do it as you please. Do it for as long as you want. And that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, my name is Katherine. If you want to take part in my shameless personal exploiting my company, then feel free to reach out to me and I will see you next time.